move on that note to our final topic, and this is coming in from IndianExpress.com. It's a movie called Ikkat, John, and there is a movie review in here which really intrigued me. This is been released on Amazon's Kannada comedy is smart and funny, and Ikkat is packed with clean humour, which is rooted in the way Bengaleans live, talk, eat and entertain each other. The comedy stems from the couple's struggle to cope with life under lockdown, so it's relevant in this day and age, John. But what I know you've not read the article.
No, I was going to let you do it, Steve, so, I know you tend to read them out anyway, because so
I'll read it.
Host of a show.
Basically it's giving you the synopsis throughout the review anyway, John, but I read it and I went, do you know something, I really want to see this now because it sounds very intriguing, right down my street, and it's very relevant for today's sort of living conditions under COVID. So Amazon Prime's Video's latest Kannada film Ikkat, which premiered on July 21st, which was today, it opens with three people in a house searching frantically for something that is hiding in the walls. The couple, played by Nagabhushana and Bhumi Shetty, and an unnamed pest control guy, are looking for a spider which of a massive size, the kind that is usually found in Amazon rainforests or fantastic.
See, this is a kind of movie I don't think I want to watch now.
There's another reason I didn't want to tell you about it till now. I wanted to get your reaction. For some unexplained reasons, the massive spider has made a home in the cramped two-roomed apartment of Vasu and Janvi. Well, the origin of the spider or how it entered the couple's life is not the main concern. The eight-legged creature seems to be a metaphor of sorts for their trouble in marriage.
Yes,
the scene establishes that there is a spider marital discord in the relationship, and no matter what they do, the couple can't seem to get rid of it. The film is set in the backdrop of the first wave of the coronavirus pandemic and the subsequent blanket lockdown that brought the entire country to a standstill. Vasu and Janvi are contemplating divorce, are forced to tolerate each other for the next 21 days. However, the spider hidden in the wardrobe or under the complicates things. A distant relative with a serious cough also shows up at their door uninvited, adding to the already sticky situation. Ikkat is packed with clean humour, which is rooted in the way Bengaleans live. I hope I'm saying it right. Talk, eat and...
I think it's kind of a Bengali, isn't it?
Yeah.
I may be completely wrong. You can correct me if I am.
And entertain each other. The comedy stems from the couple's struggle to cope with life during lockdown. The film seamlessly captures the initial paranoia created by news channels, noisy neighbours, the discomfort of hosting uninvited guests.
The initial paranoia was created by Above Top Secret when it was hitting, the shit was hitting the fan in December in China. I've not went there since.
And silly things people do to amuse themselves. Well, it's not complicated. The film also reflects on how lockdown added to the burden of women at home. Ikkat is the first feature film of filmmakers Esham and Hassan Khan. They had earlier done a web series called Loose Connection for a YouTube page. Sakaf Studios. That explains the duo's episodic narrative style, which feels like you are watching daytime television. Ikkat is essentially a 2-hour episode of a husband and a wife trying very hard not to kill each other, but it's smart, funny and witty.
That sounds very interesting, Stephen, I have to say, on a couple of levels. The first level, the concept of the spider being a metaphor. Yeah. Because the last movie I can think of them doing that was probably Life of Pi, I think it was. Yeah. The little boy loses his entire family and he's really only on this boat with this tiger. And the tiger's a metaphor for, I don't know, him coming of age and being his own person and learning to be independent, because the tiger's fictitious, it's not there. We find that at the end of the movie. Sorry if I've spoiled it. But it's an old movie, you should have fucking seen it by now. I think that was Dev Patel. I may be wrong. Was it Dev Patel?
It was, yeah.
Fucking great movie. That was the last movie I can recall of them using an animal as a metaphor for something, and that was really well done. So that's interesting, they're using that. The reason it intrigues me is this concept about lockdown and how that puts a magnifying glass on your life choices. I think it may have been Joe Rogan or something like that I watched. Was it Dave Chappelle? It was Dave Chappelle was on Joe Rogan. He was speaking about the lockdown and how people were taking it differently. He was very at ease and comfortable being in lockdown, being in his house, being with his family, because he'd made good decisions in life. Yeah, he was with people he genuinely liked and liked being around, so he was comfortable. Whereas there's other family units not so good together, and when they were stuck in this house in close confines, they almost looked at their life decisions and realised they'd fucked up, they'd made bad decisions in life, and this lockdown was magnifying it. This is what this movie's like, Stephen. These two warring husband and wife figures, they've made bad decisions. They're clearly not for each other, and this lockdown is bringing it all into focus. And then you're using the spider thing as a concept. There's a little comedy error to it as well. Sounds very interesting.
John,
sounds like a movie I'd probably enjoy.
What I wouldn't be surprised about is Amazon actually splitting it into episodic.
Yeah, because they've done that before. Yeah,
they did that with the young. Well, they didn't. It was Netflix that did it with the Young Offenders. A film I reviewed maybe about 4 years ago, and they turned it into a television series, split it up.
And also Tarantino on Netflix did that.
Yeah, it works. I think it does work for certain formats, but I think if perhaps it was maybe intended to be a sort of episodic 2-hour sort of format, then it's very easy to segment that. But either way, I'll watch it.
And Stephen, another reason is just the fact that they're focusing on this pandemic now. We're getting a whole array of movies coming out set during the pandemic, about the events of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Hopefully coming to the end of this horrendous year and a half. I think usually pandemics do last about 2 years. You do your research on the Spanish flu in 1918, it was 2 years. So we are coming to the end. Hopefully the vaccines will have saved our arses, despite what those anti-vaxxers want to say, those fucking crackpots. It's not safe. It is safe. They went through every trial. I'm actually on a forum where there's a virologist who that's his line of work, and believe me, they are fucking safe. We have took them. We are fine. It's not microchipping. It's not Bill Gates. Get your fucking shit together. Stop being a selfish fucker and save other people around about you, man. But getting off that soapbox, Stephen, the fact of focusing on the pandemic, man, it's an interesting concept. We're still living it just now. We've got a Michael Bay dystopian never-ending pandemic movie based on COVID-19.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we're living within something and they're actually starting to focus on it now.
But I'm glad they've not released anything during it, John, because we don't need that in our lives.
Yeah, we don't need that. We want to escape it, yeah. But it's nice to see they're doing it anyway, Steve. It's an interesting concept. Puts me in mind a marriage story as well, just that dysfunctional unit and how it all crumbles.
Yeah.
I love those kind of movies. I like what I'm hearing here. So I'm going to give that a bash. Yeah.